Oh, there was something. All right. I don't want that, though. I don't want that. I don't want that. Well, doggone my eyes. I want to share the screen. Delete that. All right, let's delete this. Can't delete that. Oh, bear with me, folks. Good grief. Try escape. There, no, that didn't work. Really, there's got to be an easy way to do this. Let's see. Hide. Hey, look at that. Look at that. All right. Okay, there we go. Good morning, everybody. I think we have a chart up here. I think we have sound. There we go. Hey, we've got people in the members room. Thank you very much for people being here. We've got people in the what do you call this? The live room. Thank you for being here. Absolutely appreciate it. Here, let me move a few things out of the way. Let's stop this slideshow that I had going on. I guess we could just delete that for now. Yeah. Let's put the spy up here and get organized. Wow. And all the time in the world. I really did. I had all the time in the world today. And you know what I didn't do? I didn't get my crayons up here. That's okay. You have about 6-7 seconds to go to the bathroom, get a cup of coffee. Maybe longer. There it comes. Your time's running out now. There we go. Record. 3, 2, 1. There. 3, 2, 1. Boom. There we go. Now we're up. Hey, good morning. How's everybody doing on this wonderful, wonderful January 15th, 2026? Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Hey, Nancy, Irene is pulling away. Let's see. Let's look at what Irene is doing. Yeah. I think Irene is still viable here. I do. I don't know why that's not flagged. Yeah, I think Irene is still viable. It's one I like. I think it's going to go higher myself. So, yeah. All right, let's talk about the market just a teeny weeny bit. And we popped up this morning pre-market. We're actually down a little bit, but we're not down into yesterday's candle. For the most part, I think we're just a slow roll to the upside. Yesterday, we talked about this a little bit in the trading room, that this pullback. We talked about this because it was one time we talked about it because I had bought a SPY put, and then that would assume that we're bearish. Well, just because you buy a SPY put, it doesn't necessarily mean you're bearish. The chart is pulling back and just taking advantage of that pullback. I personally think this pullback, just like this pullback, just like this pullback, this one's a little deeper, but it happens. These are just profit-taking pullbacks. These are just normal pullbacks in a trend, because we all know, as the best traders in the world, we all know this, man. Stocks just don't. Well, there's a good candle. Candles just don't do that. So we know they pull back. And as long as they pull back and stay within your trend, and a trend can be a little bit, what is your trend compared to my trend? That can be a little bit off, but overall, you can step back. You can see that market is still bullish. And I think we are. I think we're climbing that wall of worry. I will say this, that I don't know how much more. Let's just say that I am cautiously bullish. Okay, cautiously bullish. So be cautious. Be ready to flip the switch. Don't be afraid to take pot profits into strength. And please, our hit and run candlesticks, my 2026 focus is going to be keeping my losses small. And that will be the key to getting our road to wealth account to that $500,000. So that will be the key. Everything else I have down pat. Everything else, I think everyone else has down pat too. But that is the key. And that's what we're going to do. All right. So, hey, good morning, Julie, John, Nancy. How you guys doing? Alan, Jim, Sonny. Good morning. Hey, Nancy, thanks for being over here, making sure that this one works. Appreciate it. Let's see. Whoops. Don't do that. What am I trying to do? Hey, Vern, NSH. How we doing here? Okay. Mark, how we doing? All right. So overall, here, let me run through the cues real quick, and we'll take a look at some charts. Welcome to the charts and targets. So let me know if if I don't give you if I miss one for targets or something like that, entry or something, make sure you shout out and say, hey, what's the entry on that one? Well, and remember, if I point out an entry, that's my entry interest, not necessarily your entry interest. Targets are my target interest. So keep that in mind, okay? It looks like the Qs are pulling back a little bit here pre-market, but we're still holding up in here. For now, I'm okay. For now. Diamonds, take a look at T21.23. We closed quite well last night. This is the T21.08, and I use it very different than what the indicator was probably ever intended for, but you can see it's looking good. I do want to look at VXX, and VXX, you can see that we popped up a little bit. And here, let's turn this to a 60-minute chart. You can see we popped up a little bit here. That was making me uncomfortable yesterday, and it is still making me uncomfortable. This is actually, rally up and a pullback, breakout through the 50 period moving average and a pullback to the 50. This is actually part of a bullish setup. Be very, very careful, okay? This is making me a little bit nervous. Cautiously bullish. Cautiously bullish. Okay, so now, with that said, let's take a look at some charts, all right? Hey, hot stocks, let's look at your Intel. What do we think about it, huh? Intel, it's one of those things, if you're long, stay long, put your stop in there. As far as a swing trader goes, I probably wouldn't be buying it here, to tell you the truth, but Right now, there's nothing that really says that it's going to fail. You've got kind of a hangman yesterday. We're trying to put that in today. So that would give me some warning. This 50-80 up here is my first target. That's my second target. But, you know, don't let winners turn into losses, okay? Don't let winners turn into losses. So, you know, something like this, and this is something I think I can say that I do a lot. I think members would back this up. When stocks move up too high, and believe me, this is way higher than I would have even let it go. But if it moves up too high, take profits. What if it does just kind of hang right here and then takes off? Well, you can buy more. You can buy more if you want. But you want to protect those profits, or just simply make sure that stops in there, okay? Thank you for that one. Intel's a sweetheart, isn't it? Taking a look at some vert this AM. Let's do that. Yeah, I'm going to flag that. I'd look at that too. Overall, let's get my tool out here. There we go. So basically, we're moving bullishly into this wedge here. Probably should have done that white, shouldn't I? White. There we go. Bullishly into this wedge right here. And you can see the wedge we've got, right? So I get that as being bullish. And generally what we think is when you come from the bottom up and you go into that wedge, well, that's what you're looking for. Of course, if it went to the downside, then you would know that's not your bull trade. It might even be a bear trade. So buying in here is pretty acceptable, to tell you the truth, or, you know, wait for that breakout. But overall, I think that's looking pretty good. We're also trying to break out over the cloud, if that matters to you, okay? Just notice that on my other chart over here. What else do you have here? Let's go look at these. SMH, let's go look at it. SMH overall is bullish. I mean, we've gapped up this morning and we're pulling back. You know, unless we break trend, SMH remains bullish here. I would rather, you know, it not come all the way back, but it may need to come back, fill in some gap here, you know, a little ahead of itself. So let it settle down. But overall, the trend is high, bullish. Price, T-line, trend indicator. We're above the 50. The 50's turning up, right? Long as all that's working, it's working. What else do we have? Did I miss one? Look at CTSH. CTSH. Nice. That's real nice. Look how we've come up and we've got a little flag right there, right? That's a very nice chart. Let's flag that one. That's an excellent chart. Take a look at the weekly. So the weekly gives us good target points. Let's go to highs. Right there would be the first target. Get through that, and then you could have $100 stock there. That's looking really good. AXT. Take a look at AXT. Kind of moving sideways. I would like to see. I would like to see that chart change a little bit. I don't like the wicks. It's just a wick away. It's a wick away from dying. It's a wick away from winning. You know. I think I'm not an early buyer, so I'm okay with go ahead and do that, and then I would take a look at you. Yeah. Let's see. AXTI, that's the one you meant. Over the T line. Yeah, that's a good one. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, over the T line. I could see that as a buy. Yeah, thank you. All right. Rick says another opportunity will come in what? Good son, good for you. I was asking AMD, missed it yesterday. Let's see what AMD's doing. Oh, AMD is in buy territory now. Here's targets that I have for AMD. Let's move them over. Targets were done several weeks ago. Yeah, AMD right now is in buy territory. Target 1, target 2, and we can put target 3 if you want to. Up there. There's target 3 right there. Target 3. But yeah, AMD looks really good. I love it. Hello, Mr. Goodson. How you doing? LAB. Look at that. Look at that consolidation right there. I love it. Look how we made a low, kind of a raspy file chart, isn't it? Low, high, higher, low. And then we get this kind of sort of Morningstar kind of sort of thing going in there. But what I really like is the fire right there. Big candle, follow through, and then we just start sideways. It's just a nice little box right in there. That's really nice. You know, this one is a candidate right here for this. I love this. There we go. Oh, yeah. Yep, that's a candidate. Right here is target. We're going to call that target 1. We're going to duplicate that, call that target 2. We'll call that a day. I'm going to flag that chart. That's a nice chart. Target 1, target 2. What else did you have? STX. Let's take a look. Hey, before we get going here, anybody watching this video, say, I don't know, 2 hours from now, when it's live, but it was live 2 hours ago, you know what I mean? We start here at 8:30 a.m. in the morning. You're more than welcome to be here. It's free to the world, to all the trader community out there. It's free to all pizza eater communities if you want to just join in as well. So just go to YouTube, Facebook, or X. You can log in there. Please leave a thumbs up, leave a comment. Sure would appreciate it. Okay, thank you. So you're looking at STX, nice little wedge. That's a buy. That's a 3/8 trap. Yeah, that's a 3/8 trap right in there. Of course, it needs to break out, but looks sharp. Nice job. CIFR is one. CIFR. There we go. I like the stocks you pick. I like the consolidation that you're looking at. Look at that. Beautiful. Target 1, target 2, target 3 right there. Very nice. Nice little bottom we've got going on. Let's put this in here. Nice little bottom we've got going on. Pop up, down, pop up, little consolidation. Yeah. Yeah, that's a nice one. Let's flag that one. And then I think you had one, maybe, yeah, one more. CORZ. Try that one. CORZ. Setting up. Perfect. This is another one. Let's get rid of those lines. And let's do this right here. This has been one of the best things that I've ever started doing is this right here. So we're already up to that 50% retracement area. We're going to call that target number 1, even though we're there. And then target number 2 right there. So target 1, target 2. Watch for a little rest. We're getting a little far from the trendicator. And stocks tend to come back. Go, and please, nobody, don't believe me. Prove it to yourself. Just look at charts. And when they get too far away from the green dots, what do? They come right back to those green dots. Sometimes they make them red. Okay. WDC. Good morning, Rickster. How you doing? Nice trading in the room yesterday. All you guys, man, everybody did well yesterday. Good job. Yeah, WDC, we're getting that J-hook breakout right now. That's in buy territory. Let's look at the weekly. We're all-time new highs. So what are you going to do, man? Put sky hooks up there, right? Let's do that. Let's put some sky hooks up. I don't know how well this is going to work. Take that low, take that high. Yeah, I don't know how well this is going to work. It doesn't do a lot for us. But, you know, if we're looking for targets, I guess it does a little bit. We're going to have to get through here, and then, you know, we'll take that as the next target up there. That would make sense, I guess. Let's look at the weekly. Let me look at the 3-day chart. You know, I guess we could do, well, you know what? We could do that, couldn't we? That does look pretty good. Yeah, we can do that. There you go. I kind of like that better. There we go. Target 1, target 2, target 3. Hey, I've got a few charts that I'd really like to go over if I could before it gets too late, before I get run out of here. QBTS. Take a look at QBTS. This is on my list for a possible buy. This is setting up quite nice. 1, 2, 3 targets right there. Stop. It's really simple this year. I'm really taking an approach to don't lose money. Now, I need to rephrase that because it's impossible. Every trader loses money. You don't win every trade. But what a trader can do is you can control how much you lose. And that is my number one focus this year. And this is what's going to launch me to actually making $500,000 in a small account in 6 years. Because as far as finding charts, that's not a problem. As far as making money on a charts, that's not a problem. timing charts is not a problem. I can teach you that. It's really easy. It's very mechanical. But losing money, that's something hard to teach somebody. You can say, here's my stop. But you know what? When it comes to actually closing it out and making that money go away, a lot of people have a hard time, and they will come up with 101 reasons why they didn't close it. So that's the one thing I am personally going to work on. Now, so one of my goals is to have several stop mechanisms in a chart. And I've always had, I won't say always, but I've had some of these for a long, long time. Like the T line, it used to be an automatic stop out for me, but as time got on, well, I guess I just got a little cocky with myself, thought my britches were maybe a little bit too, bigger than my, I don't know, what is it? My mouth was a little bit bigger than my butt was, something like that. And, I kind of ignored that. The trend indicator, the green and red dots, that's also a great stop out point. And I like that. I like it because it tells me when to get out. When the dot's red, it's like, hey, dummy, the dot's red. Why are you still there? When it's green, it's good, right? So what I am is I'm focused on buying closer to a place where you want to put a stop. And it doesn't matter. You could buy this stock up here. Now, I wouldn't buy it, but you might. And even if I did, what would be wrong with putting a stop up there where you can control your losses? You can do that if you want. I'm probably not, but this is, exactly what I'm looking for. Take a look at Oklo. Look at Oklo here setting up. Talking about a great risk reward. I mean, look at that. We're buying. I mean, if I choose to buy this today, it's going to be bought right in this area right here with a stop probably, I don't know, if bought it right this second, a stop. I mean, this is a wild stock too, but we're talking 5%. That's cheap, but it's just right here. All right. So keep those losses small. So there's my stop, target 1, target 2. Okay. Target 1, target 2. And targets up the way if you want to put them up there. Another one, SMR. Actually bought this yesterday. I did, whoops, we're in a 3-day chart. Doggone it. There we bought this yesterday. And you can see there, I mean, that's a perfect setup for me. Here we go from a low to a high to a higher low. We pull back into the trap mechanism system, right? Trap mechanism system. Well, say that 3 times real fast. Nice candle yesterday. Bought that. Here we're starting to move up. I don't even have targets on this yet, so let's do that. I'm going to redo this. Yeah, that's too high. Unrealistic. That's better. Oh, that's not on a low. Let's do this. Is this the right one? Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, there's target 1. So target 1 is right here. Let's duplicate, right? Duplicate. Try that again. Duplicate. There we go. And we're going to come up here, target 2, right? Then we're going to duplicate. I don't know where it went to. I guess right there. Target 3. Target 3 is also going to be around the 200 and the dotted deuce right here. Yep. If we can manage to put the price action, red dot, green dots, and T line above the 50, we'll have a rounded bottom breakout. So right there's target 1, target 2, target 3. So we're talking, like I say, I'm already in this. So about 8% there, 29% there, and then about 48% up here. So targets, stop. Okay. See it, plan it, trade it. See it, plan it, trade it. Another one I have is LAC. We also bought this yesterday. LAC. This would have been target 1 from coming down here. Target 1, target 2, target 3. Bullish engulf yesterday. Let's see what it does today. Stop area is going to be about right there, around that probably 574 area, something like that. And then targets. Keep your losses small. Trade great setup charts, and take profits into strength. That's a key to swing traders increasing your account. Okay. One more, then I'll get back to you guys. Let's pick one here. Here you go. I don't particularly, this stock owes me some money. So when I say I don't like this stock, it's only because it's beat the crap out of me. But I am it again. Okay. So it is moving up here a little bit. I'm not going to jump into this thing right away. It's going to have to prove it to me. BMNR. And, there's a lot of people buying in here. I'm not going to be a buyer till it gets up here. Like I say, this thing owes me some money. So we're going to go to battle, but I'm going to beat this sucker this time. Okay. Coach says never again. Yeah, I probably should follow along. All right. Let's look at some trades you guys have again. Let's see here. Sharon, you're looking at some CL. Thank you very much. CL just needs to pull back. It's just way too high. I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Yeah, it's just way too high. It needs to pull back. I'm in XLB. Okay, look at that. Yeah, XLB. I wouldn't be a buyer. If you're already in it, it's just a matter of moving your stop up. But I wouldn't be a buyer. What's your plan to get out? At what point do you take your money? So just think about that, Val. It could keep on going. Your target is 50 up there, $50.19. Oh, it could get there. It might not get there this week is the only thing. I mean, just follow it with a target or with a trail it with a stop. Thanks, Vern. Yeah, now that I think I forgot to change that date, didn't I? CRWV. CRWV. Did I buy that yesterday? Yes, I did. I bought some CRWV yesterday. I still like the chart. Here we have this big pop to the upside, moving sideways for a couple days, actually moving sideways today. Target 1, target 2 up there. Right now it looks good. Stop wise is probably going to be in the neighborhood of 87.15 for me. Or I really don't want it to go down there because that's too far. But that would be my max stop is down here at the dotted or at the trendicator. Yeah, pre-market it's up a little bit. Yeah, doing good. Okay, what else do we have? Anything? Anybody? Anything? Anybody? Anything? Hey, take a look at Home Depot. Look at Home Depot setting up here, man. How about LEU? Whoop. LEU. Look at LEU setting up. Here, I've got a couple over here. Just a second. Let me do these, and then we'll get out of here. Take a look at MNST. Look at MNST. Beautiful setting up. And then Google, man. Who's trading Google? Congratulations. Way to go. Google. Setting up. Looking good. Hey, Sonny. SOUN came up on one of my scans. Being down, oversold. I saw it this morning. Down in that oversold range. I'm not much of an early buyer. I want to see it happen. And if this started to happen, I could see this as a buy for me. Whoops, pause it. Don't pause it. Resume. There we go. No, I want to pause it. There we go. Sorry. So I want to see buyers. So you go ahead and buy that, and then I'll tuck myself in right behind you is what I'll do. I don't want to be the first cat. I'm not into buying, right here necessarily. Unless if all of this was above the 50, that'd be a different story. I'd be all over that. So if all this was say above the 50 and looked the same, I'd be all over that. Okay. And you're looking at QID. Well, I don't know. Yeah. Be patient. Yeah. Nothing says buy yet. Nothing says buy yet. And then BK. Yeah. Look, some banks are good. Some banks are not. Wow. Bullish. If you're long, stay long. I don't think I'd be a buyer there though. JP Morgan. That's still a rough one. Ouch. Car is on my watch list, by the way. Yeah, car's nice. I think we talked about car yesterday. I think somebody in the room mentioned car. Look at that big pop up. Look at that consolidation. Here, let's put some lines on this. This might be a good candidate. I'm going to start right here. Yeah, let's go to the highs here. Let's do that. So we did that. We did that. Yep, that looks pretty good. So let's do this. Target 1. Target 2. Target 3. Don't forget you've got the dotted deuce and 200 in there as well. That's a nice looking chart right there. You've got a very nice double bottom here. You've got a Fig Newton chart pattern, a big breakout, a nice little flag, and it looks like it's hungry to run higher. So it looks like it's chasing something. Let it chase it, let it chase the rabbit. Yep. And then somewhere up here, you catch it. Good morning, Trader Chick. What is what's SLV looking like? Well, we're gapping down today. It's in a massive trend. Yeah, that's what it's looking like. It's in a massive trend. Pulling back today, it might slide a little bit today, but it's going to have to break down to break down. It's going to have to break down to break down. And so far, it's not. It just keeps crawling to the top up here. So it's getting pretty high. I don't, there's danger when things get too high. That's danger. Something, be careful. Be careful, yeah. All right, Sonny, why are you? Yeah, QLD. Oh, I thought this was a short. Watch for the breakout here. Yeah, watch for the breakout. So if we get the breakout, then you might have something here. We're above the cloud on that too. Okay. Okay. This is the last thing. Car concern is the cloud. Actually, let's take a look at that. Here's the cloud. And yeah, that may be a concern. Where's my arrow? There we go. That might be a little concern, but here's a positive, okay? As we came up, we tested it, we pulled back, and now it looks like we're trying to get through it. You're right. That red line right there, that is concerning. And maybe today's not the day. Maybe we wait till it actually breaks out. Maybe today's not the actual buy. No, by the way, any stocks we look at, I'm not saying at all that today's the buy. These are stocks to put on your watch list, plan in your way, and trade in your way. Okay, that's for everybody. But I like the fact that we tested it, pulled back. Now we may be starting to come out of it, pull back and bring in new money, and then take off. Right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for me to take off here, get this recording all done and set up, send it out, and say thank you to everybody for being here. Thank you, everyone, for being on the show here. Members, thank you. Thank you for everybody in social media. Remember to hit that like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Facebook channel, X channel. Sure would appreciate it. Keep your eyes and ears open. I'm going to announce a open house coming up, but couple of dates I need to work with first, and we'll make it worth your while. Okay. You guys take care. Thank you very much. We'll see you.